Welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy. I'm Josh, and today we are going to be looking at some XLR offerings and more specifically the brand new C6 buttstock. So I think when most people think XLR, you think Element and your more traditional buttstock offerings that they've had in the past. And I've had this Element 4.0 with this CZ457 for quite a while. This is actually my daughter's competition rifle, and I've used it quite a bit in videos, and I enjoyed this chassis, but I did not enjoy it as much as maybe like the MPAs and the MDT ACCs, and that is until now. Because now you can get the C6 buttstock, and I think that takes this MV Pro to the next level and is now a completely viable option and competitive with the ACC Premier, the ACC Elite, the MPA BA comps, hybrids, all those other chassis. The cool thing about XLR is you can go on their website, you can pick out which chassis you want, you can kind of build it out with what buttstock you want and pick the options you do or don't need. And a lot of times if you're trying to get this set up, maybe you have your own favorite AR grip that you already have and you don't want or need the C6 buttstock, you can actually get into an MV Pro for about $1,000, which is pretty good considering the cost of some of the other offerings out on the market. So I've been testing this MV Pro with the C6 buttstock for quite a while now, and I've shot both the Voodoo and the Remex in it, and to keep you from being bored to absolute tears, I'm going to go ahead and loop in some group shooting. This is at 50 yards and all positional group shootings to kind of show off how well this chassis works. Now, full disclosure, XLR did send me the C6 buttstock, so I did not pay for this buttstock. They sent it for T&E. However, I did pay for absolutely everything else. This MV Pro is flat out mine. The Gray Ops weights, all the attachments here, this is all my equipment, so the only thing that they have provided for this is the C6 buttstock. Now, with any chassis, there's going to be pros and cons. So first, let's talk about the pros. So pro number one is rigidity. This is an extremely rigid chassis and it really helps promote accuracy, and there's just absolutely no flex no matter kind of what you're doing with this, whether you're shooting it off a bipod, off a bag, off a prop. It doesn't really matter. There's really no flex at all in this chassis. Yep. Pro number two is the amount of accessories you can get with this. As you can see, mine is decked out with the long night vision bridge. I have Gray Ops weights. I'm using the XLR thumb rest for both my firing side and as kind of a cheat code to make my own set of Baker wings. So the Gray Ops weights are modular and I have those bolted to the chassis, but I'm also using the XLR thumb rest on the left side on the Gray Op weight to make this work like the MDT Baker wings would on my ACC chassis. And honestly, it's really good. You have a lot of adjustability because the XLR thumb rests are adjustable both front and rear, and you can cant the thumb rest part of it to make that setup work exactly how you want it to and how you're comfortable shooting it. Now, another obvious pro is it's Remington 700 compatible, so I'm using the Timney Hit like I do in all my other Remington 700 builds. And so of course this is going to work with the Voodoo, the Remex, the Bergara, and all the other Remington 700 clone actions out on the market. So specifically onto the C6 buttstock, there we have a ton of adjustability, and man, this thing is freaking comfortable. The back has a limb saver butt pad here, and yeah, I know it's a recoil pad and it's 22 and we don't have much recoil, but man, this thing feels good. The oversized cheek rest, which is foam covered, that's another super comfortable feature. Pair that with a thumb rest that you can mount on your firing side, and this makes for an extremely comfortable shooting chassis. Now you're going to get all your other options of bag riders and everything else you can normally get with the Elements and all the other XLR platforms, just now with this C6 buttstock. Another benefit is that this also ships with either a short or long adapter. Here I have the short adapter installed. You can get the long adapter if you have a longer length of pull. Now, as far as cons go, this isn't going to have the amount of M-LOK slots that an ACC would have, so you're kind of losing a few M-LOK slots, and if you're used to using them all up, you're going to be a little bit more limited here on the MV Pro. And the only issue I've actually had with this chassis has been with Remex mags and specifically Rim-X mag extension. And I'm going to get up close so you guys can see this, but if you see the mag release here, there is this paddle part here. And if I were to insert this all the way, this part of the mag extension will actually block this paddle, not allowing me to release that mag. So really, I'm kind of hesitant to even blame XLR for this. Now, you can nip that off, and there's probably aftermarket options there for the mag release that you can get. And it's just been an issue with just the Rim-X mags themselves. There has been absolutely no issues with my L3i mags. They all clear and everything works as it should. The factory Voodoo mags and even the factory Rim-X mags, absolutely no problem. The only issue is when you try and use those huge Rim-X mag extensions, then they can be in the way. Now, I've seen other guys like Ray over at the X-Ring channel. He used his NB Pro with the Rim-X mag extensions, and his seemed to work for him. It may just be a specific issue to this exact chassis and my setup, but it is something to consider if you're a Rim-X shooter shooting PRS and NRL and likely using the extended mags. So overall, this has been a really killer setup, and I'm really happy with this. I mean, I stacked this up right there against my ACCs, and I love my ACCs. This thing is super comfortable to shoot. I think it's priced just right, and the fact that you can build this on the website to however you want to shoot it is another big plus for me. So for me, the XLR with the NV Pro and the C6 buttstock, this is a winner. If you've been on the fence, maybe you shot an XLR chassis before with a more traditional buttstock and you didn't care for it, I would definitely take another look at these. This is going to be a chassis that stays around for quite a while on the channel, and I'm honestly probably going to buy another setup because I like it that much. Guys, none of this stuff is like sponsored stuff. There's no affiliate links, there's no ads, there's no kickback in it for me. Hopefully you just find this information useful. And if you do end up with one, I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it. Let me know down in the comments below what you shoot if you've tried this setup in the new C6 buttstock. I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.